It's only been a couple of weeks since Donald Trump was convicted in his New York City hush money trial, and that allowed Donald Trump to get back on the campaign trail where he is feeling good about himself and his chances in November. But some devastating news came out today that just might take the air out of Donald Trump's balloon and have him completely rethinking his campaign moving forward. Almost immediately after Donald Trump was convicted, we started to see his surrogates going out there on TV, radio, doing interviews saying that this conviction actually helps Donald Trump. Senior advisors like the ghoul Stephen Miller were saying stuff like this.
We are now seeing an incredible uprising of public anger over this witch hunt, this hoax, this monstrous travesty of justice. The question for the Republican Party tactically, many of these voters have never voted before. Many of them are former Democrats. Many of them are independents. You have a multi-ethnic coalition, black, white, Hispanic. Can the Republican Party go out, register these voters, find these voters who have very little voting history, and then turn them into ballots in November? And if they do, then they're going to win a historic victory.
I don't know about you, but I'm not seeing an incredible uprising of public anger over Donald Trump's conviction. And look at this clip of Speaker Mike Johnson talking about how energized voters are now that Trump's been convicted.
I'm telling you that that's what I'm seeing anecdotally as I'm out there with people out in the grassroots, out in these states in the Midwest. They're feeling that. They're disgusted by what they're seeing, and their support for President Trump has gone up.
Well, that's cute that people are coming up to Mike Johnson and telling them how upset they are, but I don't think that's in line with where Americans are at. And now we have some data to back it up. A devastating new poll by Ipsos and Politico came out today that shows Donald Trump is hurting with a key voting bloc. There are 3 questions in this poll that I want to focus on, and the last one is a real killer for Donald Trump. But look at this first question in the poll. Do you believe Trump is guilty in the hush money case? I'm looking over at that right column of independents where 53% of independents are saying yes. That is a nightmare for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to sell that this has all been a witch hunt, a setup, lawfare, whatever. And independents and moderates are the people that are going to make or break this election. So if the majority of independents not only believe that this was a fair trial, but that Trump is guilty of the crimes he was convicted on, then that is a staggering blow for Donald Trump's campaign. The next question in the poll was a doozy. Look at this one. How does Trump's conviction impact your support for him? Again, I'm looking over at that right column of independents, and the second answer, less likely to support. 32% of independents saying they are less likely to support Donald Trump after his conviction, and even 9% of Republicans less likely to support. So obviously we would like to see more Republicans bailing on Donald Trump after his conviction, but you have to remember that these people are being inundated by right-wing media and influencers saying that it's all a setup, Trump is innocent, blah, blah, blah. So the fact that almost 10% of Republicans are already less likely to support Donald Trump after the conviction, and 32% of independents, that is a pretty big deal. But the final question was the real body blow for the Donald Trump campaign. That's got to have Donald Trump and his advisors sitting in a room rethinking things. Check this out. Trump's convictions is important to my vote and makes me less likely to support him. 21% of independents saying yes to that one. The fact that independents are saying that this is important to their vote and they're less likely to vote for Trump because of that is huge. Trump has been trying to pass this off as some nothing burger, that he's simply being pursued by his political opponent. But so many people are seeing through his shenanigans, and they know that how serious a criminal conviction is. And as the campaign continues, Joe Biden is going to continue to highlight that Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. These kind of devastating polls are going to continue to come out as we get closer and closer to the November election, and more people wake up and start tuning in and realize, oh boy, that $2 gas that I remember actually happened for terrible reasons, and Donald Trump was one of the worst presidents we've ever had. I don't want to go anywhere near that guy again. I believe that moderates and independents will help carry Joe Biden over the finish line.